quickly before we get started. We are ostensibly a movie podcast, despite being just complete amateurs, not being involved with the industry, and kind of really knowing nothing about the field and like people working in it, or just in any real way qualified to just have any opinions on anything. But we do talk about this shit from week to week, and we kind of do talk about the states of movies generally. A few days ago, it's something the guys requested. We spent like a little time up top, but we lost one of the American greats of martial arts, film, and television.
Part-time ranger.
Part-time ranger. Mr. Chuck Norris itself passed away sadly just a few days ago at the age of 86, with just a week prior having released on social media a video of him in a pretty sweaty, fast, kind of hard-hitting sparring match against a much younger guy, and he's just, he's throwing punches. He's kind of, he's just giving it a left and a right, and he turns the camera and he goes, "I don't get old, I just level up."
Nice.
And Mr. Norris leveled up to the great beyond just a few days ago. I wanted to kind of kick us off with this. My refrigerator in my apartment, I only have 3 things for the podcast. I have the results of the Turing test I gave you guys when we did our Blade Runner 2049 episode. I have the tiny 2 bells from our coverage of The Handmaiden. It jingles a little bit. Every time I open my freezer, it makes me smile every single time. But I also have last summer for episode 58 of our show, I have my printout of the planning outline for Rebels Without a Pod, episode 58, Invasion USA, where we live watched and discussed a Canon-produced action movie, Chuck Norris starring Classic, about a bunch of Cuban communists who basically sort of kind of just land on American shores and try to take over Florida.
Let me ask you something.
Shoot.
You're not planning, in honor of Chuck Norris's passing, to reread the poem that you read at the beginning of that episode, right? I just want to know if I should just log off.
That's for another episode. That's for another conversation. What
I thought we were going.
Yeah, what was truly in my heart at that point was Eric will chew his fucking leg off listening to this, and I just wanted to make things interesting for number 59.
I'm just gonna say somebody's gonna have to double up on roles in the script.
We live watched this one. Eric was actually out for this particular weekend, but he caught up on the movie and loved it. About like a week or 2 later, we discussed it pretty extensively on this and on 59. But I saved this piece of paper because during the live watch, myself, Devine, and Andy had for Invasion USA, I took so many notes, and everything I wrote down was insane because everything that happened in this movie was insane. So to kind of kick off like a little bit of like an honorarium for Mr. Norris, I wanted to kind of just very briefly read some of the random things I wrote down on this piece of paper. This is all going to be no context, no further explanation, but let me just knock through this real quick. Who is this for? He was 45 when they made this. Denim's the brakes. This was MGM's second highest rented home video after Gone with the Wind. Quote, "I enjoyed it, but I know neither Naveen nor Andy drink. This ended like a Fortnite match. Reporter was too horny. Life saved too many times without thank you sex." I got a couple highlighted parts here. Pod Daddy Eric is in Florida this week and may or may not have actually landed in Alligator Alcatraz. The school bus was a bad idea. This is how the Muppet movie ended. They hate us because they ain't us. Synopsis in brief, there's a war on Christmas. Chuck Norris might be the actual inspiration for the Duck Hunt dog. Look, these guys hate our freedom. It was a bad time to be invaded. The whole country was already dealing with a nationwide gas leak. And then finally, I wrote down a list of stuff that communists hate: church, shopping, Christmas, Mexicans dancing and having sex, carnivals, school buses, and too much paperwork. So one of the, just like the many many things Mr. Norris gave us like in our lifetime. But guys, do you have anything to say generally, or would you like to just kind of wind down on a couple of the Chuck Norris meme jokes before we start the episode?
Nothing about the armadillo in your notes, huh?
I noticed that.
There's too much other shit.
Thank you for calling him out.
Yeah.
The movie forgot about the armadillo. John forgot about the armadillo. Whatever happened to that little tyke?
Poor guy.
Didn't the armadillo wasn't there like a little footage of him emerging unscathed from the explosion?
Yes.
There was.
Yeah.
I think there's a post-credit scene where it's like him meeting up with his family again, and then they're like, "Papa, you're back."
That's how they kick off the Invasion USA Extended Universe.
Right. There's a caption that says "Armadillo will return in Doomsday." One other thing on my paper: Roger Ebert gave the film half a star out of 4. Called it a brain-damaged, idiotic thriller, not even bad enough to be laughable.
He's like, also the best Chuck Norris film ever released.
That might be true.
Right.
I can say that because he's dead now, by the way.
Something about like the footage like he published on social media. He's moving faster and hitting harder than any single fight scene he actually had in Invasion USA 41 years earlier.
Yeah. Piece of history about Chuck Norris. He once got into a fight with Superman, and the loser had to wear his underwear outside of his clothes.
Oh, that's spicy.
Nice. I didn't come up with it, but I sure did love it. So Chuck Norris used the bathroom. He scared the shit out of the toilet.
Okay.
I like it. I had one. I had a tough thing about the joke. You have to make them all past tense now.
Right.
Chuck,
that's bad.
It is, isn't it? Chuck Norris didn't believe in the periodic table because he only recognized the element of surprise.
Why don't we wind down on this one? This was published like literally I saw online about like an hour after he passed. Death right now is having a near Chuck Norris experience. I think that's pretty good.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Rest in peace, a true American original.